Welcome to the International Women's Day Women in Media panel. My name's Sheba and I'm joined here with Yasmin.
Hello.
Hi, Yasmin.
Hi.
So is that the only name that you go by?
No, the Yasmin name is personal, behind the scenes kind of name.
Okay.
Which I feel like we're at now. But I originally went by Miss OG. That was the DJ name from the beginning.
The OG, the original.
The original gangster, the original girl. However people wanted to take the spin on it. And then as I got into more presenting, someone just said to me, why don't you use your own name? And I guess you don't appreciate your own name when you deal with it all the time. And I just thought...
Yeah, that's true.
I just felt like I could connect with people a lot more using my own name. And because of the subjects that I like to talk about and how passionate I can be, it's just a more relatable than hiding behind a persona. And
I like that.
Yeah. So I got to the stage where I felt comfortable enough to be myself and merge the two characters.
Okay. And do you mind asking how old you are?
I am 28.
Okay.
28.
And what role do you do in media?
I started off presenting, actually. I always wanted to DJ. I always write poems at home. I've always been heavily...
What type of poems? So I know I can write a bad... What's the 5-character... Is it a haiku?
You've lost me.
I can't remember.
I just have to get... I have things in my head sometimes and I'm like, get it at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, write it down. And someone's like, probably broke my... Even when I was younger, 14, heartbroken, I'm like, I hate you and da-da. And it just helped me get them thoughts out of my head. It was a process to help me heal, I guess. Yeah. And I've just always kept it, even though I've never really done anything with it.
Okay.
But yeah, I started presenting and then got into DJing more and balance between the two now, and I do podcasts and the radio.
Amazing.
And yeah, if anything, jack of all trades, master of none.
And where are you from?
Manchester.
Oh, okay. Born and bred in Manchester.
Born and bred in Manchester.
Never lived anywhere else?
No. I used to be an air hostess for a little bit.
No.
Yes.
Oh, we like to know who.
British Airways. I hated it. Thanks, guy. But that made me realise how much I was flying out everywhere in the world, but I wasn't doing what I loved. And that was a big,
I would love to travel.
Mechanism. I loved it, but if you're not doing it with the people you love and not doing what you love, for me, I'm silly. I follow my heart instead of my head. And my heart follower, that's where I go with everything. It drives me. My passion drives me. And that passion never ever goes away. So I thought, you best just crack on with it, Yasmin, because it's not going to go away anytime soon.
Okay.
And yeah, it was a big pinnacle turn for me.
So where did you go to school? Because you started air hosting, you're a DJ, presenter. How did school influence your choices with that?
Again, I went to a Manchester school and then I went to just on the outskirts of Manchester, and I realised even 20-minute drive away from Manchester, how completely different. We're very, very lucky to be in a city like Manchester. It is very mixed cultures. Everyone's just at one. I know it's really cliche, the one love Manchester thing, but 20-minute drives, Sheba, and I was like, what kind of planet am I on? But it made me appreciate my music more. It made me appreciate what I had there more, and now I'm back in Manchester again. I feel...
Wait, where did you move to?
I didn't move far. I went to Oldham.
Oh, that's still Manchester?
Believe me, it's not.
I'm sure it is.
I'm joking. He's laughing already. He's like, it's not.
I'm so sure. It's just like the outskirts.
Greater Manchester.
Oh, actually, I'm not going to lie, because I've been on a few walks, is it in the peaks, Dovestone? And that's
Dovestone,
Oldham.
you've got Saddleworth and things like that. Yeah, you start going into the peak. I don't know. I spent quite a lot of time there and still completely oblivious. But I always come back to Manchester. It's my home, and I had to be in the city. I'm a city girl.
Okay.
Growing up with sheeps in the back garden, I was like, what madness is this?
So how has growing up in Manchester, going to school in Manchester, impacted your career choices and basically you getting into the world of media?
Well, I chose to study media and I chose to study film studies as well back in sixth form. Okay. And I've always just been creative. I did hairdressing for a little bit, anything to just kind of get that creative output out there. And I was in a girl band for a bit, anything that I could get the old creative juices going.
Yeah. With most creatives that you find, they tend to dip the foot into quite a few different things before they hone in on that one.
Yeah,
So
that one thing to make my
a
whole.
trend that you tend to see quite a lot.
That's it. Well, I used to like singing, but then I used to also like going out. So I lost the voice. I was like, I can just play music through the DJ decks, and I found this is it. This is my calling.
Okay, so with DJing, where has it taken you? Where have you been? Who have you DJ'd for? I want to know it all.
I have I'm still quite new into the DJ side because I started presenting first here at Unity. But I've DJ'd at Coco's, which is in Camden, London, and that was in support of Lisa Mafia and Ray.
No.
I love a bit of Ray.
Wait a second. So did you get to meet them all, or was it like in and out?
Yeah, so it was a project that I'd actually got through Unity. It was with like an association with Capital Extra. Yeah. So it was building on my business skills, how to be self-employed in this industry, how to do a press pack, and how to get your music out there, and just different like attributes in the industry itself. Yeah. And then we worked with Ray, and she come and told us her side, and she was only up and coming at that time. It's about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, she would only just brought out like one of her first songs.
Yeah, it was first Jax Jones track, and then one of her own tracks as well. Yeah. And yeah, we supported her, and Lisa Matthew got involved. The twins come from Soul Solid. They did their own little thing.
As if.
It was mind blowing. But I've done my first ever show was Manchester Carnival as well for Unity. And yeah, I've just done the odd bits and bobs like for like fashion events and things like that.
So has it been a similar like experience with presenting, or do you feel like you've done more being a DJ?
I think it's quite level playing, to be fair.
Yeah.
I've just enjoyed both, and I've enjoyed being able to do both, and I think as women, we're very multifaceted. We are able to do different things. Yeah. So I am going to do all them different things. You're not going to put me in one category because I don't want to be in one.
And you should never, ever limit yourself to just doing. I feel like as long as you're capable of doing it, do it. Give it a shot. Even if you don't think you're capable of doing it, give it a try. There's nothing wrong with trying.
Yeah, I'm a deep believer. Live your life of all wells instead of what ifs. I'm like, oh well, that didn't work out. Instead of going, I wish I did that. My manager had told me that once when I was going for my career. She went, live your life of all wells instead of what ifs. And I've never looked back on it. That is just kind of my mantra of life.
I hope you guys heard that. That is the saying to go, live your life by.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to 15-year-olds that are trying to get into the world of media now in 2021?
I would just say be passionate about yourself and your craft. Try all different things. Like I said, you never know what you might fall in love with. I never in the world thought I'd do presenting, and here I am, and I love it. Give everything a try. Network. I do believe it's all about who you know and not what you know, and I feel like if you know yourself, you're on a good path there. Yeah. And always be nice to the people that you meet on the way up, because you never know if you're going to meet them on the way down. But no, really just be kind to yourself and believe in the process. But give everything a go, man, while you're young, and take everything that you can, whether it's courses or programs or volunteering. Just get yourself involved. That is what I'd say.
That is some amazing advice, Yasmin.
Yep. Thank you.
So here at Unity Radio, what exactly do you do?
Oh gosh, I was at Unity Radio back when we was in Ancoats. So this is like getting on to 5 or so years. I was given my opportunity into radio by the guys. And now I've worked myself all the way up. Well, I say all the way up, but to an amazing slot that I absolutely love. And that is Drive Time Show on a Friday, 4 till 7 p.m.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Guys, if you missed that, Yasmin is on 4 till 7 p.m.
What she said. No.
Now, the most important one. Your female empowerment song. I want to hear it. You've got to sing it now as well. You've got to sing it. Sing it out.
Right. Shall I do the beginning? Look at me like, right, okay. It would be, I'm a survivor.
I'm not gonna
give up. Yeah, Destiny's Child Survivor for me. As soon as I hear that beginning.
Beyonce, Michelle.
I'm a Beyonce. I used to be a Kelly, back in the day. But I think by my loud mouth now, I have no choice but to be Beyonce. No, I absolutely love them all. I love the qualities and I love the sisterhood of it. I'm so glad that I was brought up on kind of girl bands as well. So Spice Girls and even a bit of S Club 7, Bradley.
I do love S Club 7,
I did.
What was the other one? They had a little fake version of them.
Oh yeah, the little minis. Yeah. And that's who Rochelle's out of the Saturdays.
No.
Yeah, she was one of them.
What?
Yeah, she was one of them. Do you know Rochelle from Saturdays? She goes out with Marvin Humes now.
Oh my God, how have I not clocked that?
How have you not?
I didn't know. I
am
didn't know
a bit
that.
of a Wikipedia of like random knowledge though.
I thought, oh my God, we learn something new every day.
There you go. Every day's a school day. That's it. Ain't no shame in learning a new thing every day. But yeah, I just loved the era that I grew up in, and that womanhood, and even now when she brought him out in the Super Bowl and Coachella, I'm just like, it still still gives me shivers now.
Reminiscing festivals.
Yeah.
That long gone.
I know. They'll be here very soon. I hope they don't digital though. I'm very old school. I do like the connection, even though when I'm up in the crowd, I'm like, move. Like social anxiety.
Personal space.
I can't wait to I'll be that first one. 2 meters, please. 2 meters. But
I had to do that at the start of lockdown. Oh, I wasn't messing.
Oh, was you not?
Oh, no.
Was you fully on it? Do you know what? Good on you. Good on you.
Oh, well, thank you for joining us here today, Yasmin.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
So what up and coming projects do you have? Is there anything we're allowed to know about? Any little intel you can give us?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as that we're in the company of, we're in good company, aren't we? I've just started my own podcast. During lockdown, I found it really, really difficult, especially as a creative. It was really a head wobbling moment I found, and I just wanted to kind of give up, like you just said, give things a whirl that I'd never done before. So being behind the scenes and editing and stuff like that, and it wasn't perfect, but I've started doing like a couple of podcasts online with other, so it's called the Queen Energy Chronicles.
Oh, that's a lovely name.
Thank you.
And you do know I'm a queen, by the way.
Every woman's a queen. Every woman's a queen, and they all have their own story. And that's what it was about. And I interviewed like different women that had influenced me in my own way, not just musically, like outside of the industry as well. Yeah. So the podcast that I've got out at the moment is a friend that I actually went primary school with, and we reunited 20 years later during lockdown, and she's a mental health advocate. She's a mum of 2. Yeah. And she's a vape artist as well. So we just talked.
A vape artist?
Yeah, do you know the vape thing? Oh, she does some madness.
How does that work?
I don't know. you put some like magic potions in your mouth and then these crazy things happen. But do you know all like the dragons and everything that they do? Kind of like what Gandalf does in Lord of the Rings.
Because I see like people do little rings and O's and stuff, but I never knew there was much more to it.
That's it. Well, there's sponsorships and branding, and she talked about that, but also
like kind of like a Red Bull vibe.
Yeah, exactly that.
No.
So she just built herself up with that.
That's amazing.
Well, I know she's absolutely amazing, but we talked about other things as well, such as like people dealing with secret battles and just loving yourself, and then coming back to that, having a queen energy at the end of the day. But yeah, I've got that going on, and then I've just become the host for the lounge events. So I've just interviewed Mo the comedian and Sideman as well, which will be out there. Oh, it was amazing. I said to, I'd met Mo previously, but we had a real good chat. And then with Sideman, I just went, do you know what? I'm hella nervous, man. He went, really? He said, come on. He went, what do you drink? And I was like, brandy and apple juice. He went, I don't, but come on, let's go.
Drink?
That is my go-to drink, brandy and apple juice with a ice.
I'm a gin and tonic person.
Really? I can't. Isn't it called Mother's Ruin, that? Like, it's called a Mother's Ruin, like it destroys your soul. I mean, brandy does it as well. But it doesn't make, you've had too much of it. You're past that point.
I've never heard that
Yeah,
before.
Mother's Ruin. I'm sure it is. Am I right? Yep.
Do you guys know? No.
You're past that stage, though. You've gone past it. Good on you. You go, Glen Coco.
Oh, I hope I have. So would you say that the Soul Solid event was probably one of your best memories?
Yeah, probably the most standout moment for me. I did that and I did a charity event as well for the Emmeline Pankhurst Trust, which was a charity which got sanitary products out to Manchester women who were homeless. And even though it was a free event, it was amazing.
What Emily Pankhurst first did?
Oh God, don't. It's just sent shivers down my spine. So Emily Pankhurst actually began the women's right movement. So the suffragettes in 1908, did we get the right to vote? 1901 or 1908, don't hold me to that.
It was around then.
Around them times. And she began the movement, and I just think that's why it's so important, especially as women, to just have your vote. Because
do you remember to vote every year? It's not every year. Is it every year? I can't remember how often we have to vote. It changes.
There's like, oh God.
There's going to be a new one soon.
I'm going to be at that poll station when we are ready to vote, put it that way. I'll be at the front of the door. But I remember I was there last time, like, trying to encourage, I think I got moved away because I was trying to encourage people to vote for Jeremy Corbyn.
You can get arrested
and they'd be
for
like,
that.
You can move, oh yeah. He politely moved me on, but I was to the next step of being arrested. But do what you love and then you'll never have a bad day in your life.
Okay, Miss OG.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time?
5 years' time, in the industry or in general?
In general, both.
Happy, confident, and still hella passionate. That's it. Wherever it takes me, as long as them 3 things are up in there, I'm ready to roll with the punches.
That's good. Hopefully, we are out of a pandemic in 5 years' time.
Yeah.
And it's not continued.
Otherwise, this is just gonna have like dust on it and like an old tape that someone finds in a room in the building.
What is one thing that you'd tell your 15-year-old self?
Ooh.
Any advice you could give to
her? Stay exactly who you was, because people were gonna love it either way.
Oh.
And just be kind. I was always kind anyway, but I thought I was a bit too pushover. I was too this, I was too that. As long as you're yourself, you're never too much of anything, and you'll just find the crowd that you love. And just be kind to people, just be kind to one another. That is my motto for everything.
Oh.
Yeah.
And last but not least,
Yes.
Yasmin, what does being a woman mean to you?
Ooh. Oh, you've caught me there. A woman to me, or being a woman to me, is just one of the proudest achievements in my life every day. It's about being imperfect and perfect at the same time. It's about messing up but being on point at the same time. It's about doing the double standards of everything, and it's okay because I'm a woman. And I think that we sometimes get caught, especially in this industry, maybe not to embrace it as much. But if I want to blast out a Beyonce tune and I want to see them women dance on the floor, let us have our moment and let me blast out that track. And I feel like sometimes in this industry, we don't put the feminine touch in there, or we're too scared because then it brings out emotion. But it's about being all them things.
Oh, well, thank you for joining us today.
Oh, thank you so much. That was so nerve-wracking. It was nice. You made my first time being interviewed very, very easy.
Oh, I'm glad.
Thank you.
That was Yaz O'Grady. Catch her 4 till 7 on Fridays drive time, and you can catch her on all socials at It's Yaz O'Grady.
Unity Radio, the real sound of the city. Come on.